Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for my client Brett's vlogs. Brett wasn't feeling that great this week, so on a lot of his plus sets, he just stopped at 5 for the week, other than deadlifts, which he went all in. So with squatting and benching, he did 5 reps, and kind of chilled. Again, because he's been a little worried about recovery this last week or so. Again, he's also just coming back from a very short layoff, which I think we may have covered in the last vlog. So, getting him up and flowing again, after some extra days off. He didn't want to go super hard here, and that's okay, because even with things like these, not really true AMRAPs, but the plus sets, so where we go for extra reps, if we hit our minimums and we still get our supplemental work in, we're generally fine with that because we're still making gains. Okay, we're still making gains. It just means that we're not ready to progress much off of those, like as far as raising those training maxes. But we can still raise them based upon what happens over a block of training. If some of the other weeks go better, we can bump those up a hair. Keeping in mind he's an advanced lifter. Now, he's doing a lot of good mornings now. We're doing good mornings because he gets a lot out of them. We realize they're addressing some of his weak links, as far as his squatting and everything goes, even where he's at with his deadlifts. Again, they bring a lot to the table. So we're doing a lot of hip pinching, but as he's noticed here, you guys will note he's pretty weak on these still right now. So we're going to slowly build these up. But in his case, we need the extra posterior chain work right now. We need the adductors, we need the hamstrings, the glutes, the low back. And it will carry over really well to, his squatting, particularly over to his deadlifting. It carries over quite well. So what does our squat day look like? Well, we do our squats. We don't do a boring but big type setup for him right now. The volume really buries him on this, and we would rather use that same volume for deadlifts for him. So we tend to focus on, the other equipment that we have. So it tends to be posterior chain. Right now it tends to be belt squats. So we come in and do belt squats and do 5 sets of those. So therefore we get, all of the quad work and stuff that he wants out of it. But we do belt squats, we do good mornings, we do glute ham raises, right? Building up the whole posterior chain, and then we build any quads and stuff off of the others. Keeping in mind, people forget that conventional deadlifts are still a quad exercise also. We just don't get the deep range of motion that we might like for maximum hypertrophy. Benching, he kind of did the same thing. He just went for 5. And also keeping in mind, Brett always close grips. He prefers close grip. His shoulders have always been more comfortable with it. He's a taller guy with long arms. So again, the same thing. We just built up to a 5 rep set on it. And 270 for 5 was his peak set. Of course, we're trying to pause all this stuff, and it is close grip. So, keeping in mind, long arm guy, pausing, close grip, the 270 even for 5 is pretty respectable. I mean, his best bench is over 300. So again, he's not going to be an elite bencher like he is a puller, but we can continue to build it up. And so, as I've said before, since he really prefers the close grip, we do a lot of tricep dominant work. We want to keep his triceps strong. We want to keep his elbows healthy, right? We want to keep those elbows healthy. So with our benching, as far as our supplemental work goes, we like to do dips. We like to do band press downs, all that stuff. And I don't think we got footage this week. I think he had said he actually didn't have time to get it all in. He had time to get the benching done, which we filmed. So we got our ramp up sets, and then he got his 5x10 benching and all of that in. So that we at least got those things on the bench day. So, we got our peak set, and then we got all of our volume. And it's still going to be the main mass builder here for him, is his close grip benching. It's what we do for him. The other stuff is, again, supplemental work, the chins, which we still do on deadlift day also, because it's our pull day. So I have him do chins on both. But we do that. We do dips, and then he does a lot of band work for his triceps, the band press downs. Although over time I may take him more and more to dumbbells for those things. May take him to dumbbells more and more, and it just has to do with the fact that we've built a lot of that tendon health we want up, and we may want to work a little bit on getting that deeper stretch, in a movement that we can get the full range of motion on without any active insufficiency. And that's the one complaint people do make on the band press downs a lot of times is, well, isn't there some active insufficiency? Is also, peak contraction is where most of the tension is, and we know that's not where triceps grow the most based on studies. And yeah, people are right when they say that. But it does initiate a stretch reflex, and it helps build tendons. It builds tendon health. And for someone like him who's doing all closed grip benching, keeping those elbows healthy is important. Because that is the one downside with closer grip benching. It's generally really good on people's shoulders, but it can be a little harder on the elbows. Now, deadlifting went real good. His best set, we got 500, which our calculations was 497, but he just loaded 500. He got it for 9 reps. We got it for 9 reps. So, we're pretty happy with that. As a coach, I'm happy with that. Because, again, 500 for 9. As soon as we go up to, again, heavier, probably next wave, right? Because we're going to have our heaviest sets this wave. It's going to be with like 555. And then we're going to bump that up next wave. I'm probably going to go up at least 15, 20 pounds if the sets continue like what we're seeing with this one. We're going to take that up. All right, we're going to take that up to heavier weight. So, before long, we're going to be doing work sets with, like 585, something like that, 570. And then we'll really know closer to where his max is. But I think right now he can pull over 600 if we have to. All right, we can pull over 600 again if we need to. So we're in a good place there. We're in a good place. And I believe this is the 500 for 9. All right, and he got pissed because he's like, I was hoping for 10, and I counted, and I thought I got 10, but then I looked at the footage and realized I got 9. He's like, I counted 10 in my head and then kind of, stopped there, but I probably could have got one more. And it's like, well, it happens, brother. It happens. Not the end of the world. We have next training session. Plus, 500 for 9. We got a hell of a training response from that. Right? It indicates, number one, some progress. Right? It's progress. Number two, hell of a training response, especially considering that he got the full workout in today. Afterwards he got all of his rep work. He got in his chins. They felt good. He said he was feeling really good today, and then he got the good mornings in. So we're going to grow off this. The entire backside of his body got a significant training response, the entire posterior side. So, as a coach, I'm happy with that. All right, I'm happy with that. We're good. We're good. We're going to get that deadlift up. We're going to get a 700 deadlift out of him. All right. Of course, then he finishes up with his chins, and then we do our good mornings, which I'll let you guys watch. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.